The tribe must survive. I get approached frequently from indie developers and AAA studios asking me to play their game. And they even give me the privilege of paying me to play their game. And 9 times out of 10, I play the game and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't make a video of this on my channel. It's not the right game for me. However, I was approached to play The Tribe Must Survive. And I loaded it up and I was hooked. I get asked all the time, why don't you play other games? What other games do you play? And a lot of time I pick up games and I put them down. This is your opportunity to see me play something different. This is a roguelike survival style game. On most roguelikes, there's a lot of trial and error as you test out new strategies and new play styles. I've played a total of about 5 games now, and I think I've got a lot of the strategy down pretty well, so I thought I'd share the experience with you. This video is sponsored by The Tribe Must Survive. New game. It starts. And here we are. At the very start of the game, you get just like 1 perk. And depending on the strategy you're going to go for, could depend on what perk is more beneficial to you. This one starting with more resources is really good if you're really new. But you need to grow a big tribe, and having 2 less members to begin with is difficult. I suppose if this is your first run, this is a really good one to go for. These are randomized, by the way, so you won't get the same ones. This is technology, and this is one of the spiritual aspects that you get for worshipping the gods. We're going to go for that one to see what ideology we get. So if we go here in spiritual aspects, we can see what we've got. We went for this one, +2 to tolerance. That is so good. So if you go into here, you can see we've got +2 to tolerance, and tolerance increases interactions and reduces overall fear. That is a really good starting perk, and eventually you can spend your influence points to increase this or decrease it depending on the strategy that you're going for. And this is the tribe. Look at these boyos. We'll name them just to give them a little bit more life. The Queen. We'll go with the King. Uncle Joe. The Shadow Man. Pamela. And Tommy K. Boom. Okay, we'll give them a little bit more flavor by renaming them. As your tribe expands, you can rename the new ones as well. Alright, so this is the world. Whenever one of your tribesmen are in the darkness for a long period of time, there's a chance they can get taken. So what you always want to do is keep a supply of wood, keep the fire going, and recall them back to the fire at night time so they don't get taken. And to begin with, we need a place to put our stockpile. So let's build that. Usually the best place to put the stockpile is right next to the base. I think we'll place it just underneath the base at the moment, just next to the woods here. Now we need to place lumber camps, because we need to be able to collect wood. We'll drop one here, and we'll drop another one here, and another one here. Found the best thing to do with lumber camps is to spread them out, because if you build them all in one location, you end up taking down all the forests, and the forests don't have time to regrow their trees back. So spread them out, and that's the best way of not completely deforesting the map. Place a granary. Granary is for your food, so I'll pop that. Maybe there. I think what we're going to do is wait a little while and let them chop a little bit of wood first. He's collecting wood immediately, but it's at night at the moment. So he's only collecting wood because he's near the fire and he's got light. These guys won't leave. And now they're leaving because the daytime has arrived. Alright, we're collecting wood. Now we can build a granary. I don't want to build it too quickly because if I run out of wood, that means the fire will go out. So I'm going to put the fire out myself by pressing F on it. We're also going to recall them back to the fire at nighttime between these times. You can see this in the bottom right. And now we'll build a granary. And I think I'm going to build it just north of the base. Because what they'll do is they'll gather here. They need to grab food whenever they need it. And the shorter journey they've got to travel for is probably going to be more beneficial. And I'll drop a hunter's hall right next to that as well. And now he's going to go off the hunting. Can you see this boyo? And he's going to start hunting the herd. Now the herd will stay in like a set location and respawn over time as long as you don't overhunt it. So what I'm probably going to do is place my hunter's hall in this rough location, the top right. Alright, next up, we've got the granary and the hunter's hall. Need to place tents. But we need a little bit of wood for that. And I don't want to build that right away because we're heading towards night at the moment. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm going to be low on wood. But luckily we've got 50 wood. So we'll drop just the one tent right next to the fire. Yep, and off they go. And nighttime has fallen. I'm going to press F again to set the fire off again. And they're all going to bed. That's good because they need to recover their stats. And as you can see, the red here is nighttime. We just need to wait for night to pass and then we'll head off and do our adventures. And we're off. Alright, another tent. Drop that down. Oh, we haven't got the resources for that. We're going to have to wait for a little bit more wood. Usually a little bit more wood early game is usually worthwhile. So I'll drop just another lumber camp to the north. And if you hover over here, you can see how many of your tribes members are unassigned. Well, that means that there's another job available. So you could drop another building to assign it to that new job. And the time being, we're just waiting for a little bit more wood. But once again, don't spend too much wood because you need a little bit more wood throughout the night. We'll drop that there. And there we go. We're in a good position now. And now the tutorial is over. Welcome to the tribe must survive. You're on your own. So wood is probably the most important resource. You'd think it would be food, wouldn't you? But no, in the darkness, you can get taken. So my advice to you is keep the wood stores up nice and high. Top that off, food's your second resource that's most important. If you guys aren't eating, they are going to get stressed and the discontent will drop. And with that in mind, you need your absolute best to keep that as low as possible. All right, let's see where we can go from here. So what I'm probably going to do is drop another lumber camp right here and check if there's anyone who hasn't got a job. No, everyone has a job now and everyone is doing their duty. But the joy of this now is our tribe will expand. I think you can find that here. There you go. It's under tribe, and you can see here the tribe is growing over time, and eventually a new tribe member will pop out, and then you'll have an extra tribe member that you can assign to a job. Okay, it's nighttime again, so I'm going to manually turn the fire back on again. You can keep it burning if you want, but you are going to be burning wood, and wood is a really important resource. So I wouldn't recommend taking it for granted. One element we've not taken into account, if you go into tribe members here, you can see that they have a spiritual need. Now this is super important, particularly late game. And to get their spiritual needs fulfilled, you need to build a spirit lodge and have a shaman that does rituals. We will work on that a little bit later. My advice is to place that as close as you can to the tents as possible. You press B, by the way, it builds up the build screen, but you can actually see the buildings. Oh, it's here. Buildings is B, so it's here. Day is about to arrive again. Turn the fire off, save a little bit of fuel. And then we're also going to get ourselves a spiritual lodge, and we'll pop that right next to the tents. We are a little bit low on wood, so we can't do that, but for the time being, we'll just wait for a little bit more wood to come in. A safe strategy if you're quite new to the game is just try and always have like a surplus amount of 100 wood before you start building things. Otherwise, you're going to run into situations where you run out of wood at night. And there we go. We have a shaman, and he has been assigned to his new job with a new tribe member that's popped out. And you can see, you get an idea of the tribesman need here with the 1.1 here. My advice is, due to more of a late game aspect that we'll talk about later, is whenever you below 1.1 or 1 spiritual need, like 0.9, always run a ritual, which means it will call all the tribes members over that need spiritual needs, and they'll perform a ritual. Okay, we've reached the situation now. Look, we're below 1 spiritual need, so I'm going to do a ritual. It calls everyone over, and they go to the spirit lodge, and they perform a ritual. I think a lot of them are asleep right now, so they're not going to be involved. There we go. We're performing a ritual, and now you can see the arrows pointing up now in the bottom right. We're getting our spiritual needs fulfilled. Now, it's difficult this, because having the right time to perform a ritual is really difficult. I tend to find just before they wake up is the best time to do it, because otherwise it eats into your day when they should be working, and it can hurt your ability to be productive in your tribe. The next resource we need to start working on is stone, and you can build that with 80 stone pit costs. It's very expensive, so you need to get at least 10 tribes members before you start working on that. Otherwise, it's going to start to really eat into your wood, and wood's important to keep the fire going, so that's the reason why you need to take care of that. Okay, new tribes member, and once again, we are going to work on the wood. I'll place you down there, and off you go, off to work. All right, over 100 wood. We're in a good position now. I'm going to build a stone pit and drop it over your local stone, which is right about here. There are no workers assigned right now, but as we get a new tribes member, they'll automatically join this. If you want to select here, you can actually manually move them over if you want to, but we don't need to do that in any urgency right now. Right now, we're just focused on gathering wood and food because it's our basic resources. Stone is used for more kind of advanced buildings, which we'll explore a little bit later on. Okay, our spiritual needs drop below 1 again, so I'm going to do a little ritual right now as they get recalled back to the base. And there we go, do a little dance. Nice. Okay, events pop up every now and then, affecting your tribe. We have the option now for 3 people to join our tribe, but we lose stability, or we gain stability. Now, if you hop into your tribe, you can see what stability does. Increased stability decreases discontent and improves productivity, while negative stability does the opposite. So I suppose you could ask yourself the question, you know, like, are you want to focus in on growth or stability? I think I'm going to go with the growth. So now we've lost 1 stability, our discontent's gone up, and also we've lost some productivity. There's a little bit of guesswork going on here, because I'm not quite sure what productivity does, but I presume it's how much they work and the efficiency of the work. But discontent is basically the person's needs, this one here. So basically their needs need to be more fulfilled due to the fact that we've lost some stability. But that's fine at the moment, because we've got loads of people in our tribe. We've gone over our tent limit too, so we'll drop another tent right there. Good. 2 members are unassigned. I think what we'll do is drop another lumber camp right here. And I think what we'll do is relocate our hunters lodges to here and here, and then delete the other 2. This one and this one. That way we're gathering where the herd is in the top north. Nighttime, turn the fire on. Gonna do a spirit lodge ritual. Got 1.7 overall spiritual needs, so it's kind of not much point in this, but if anyone really needs it, they can come and do a ritual if they want. And click on them, you can see their spiritual needs are actually really, really low at the moment. They don't really need to do this, but I did it anyway. Okay, one more hunter's lodge right there, because I've noticed that food dropping a little bit low. And also, what I need to be doing now is exploring the map, because you see this little bit here, this is what we've explored, but this hex here, this big one, is undiscovered, and there's going to be resources we're going to need. So we're going to build an explorer platform, and this is the reason why we needed wood. I'm going to place this right on the outskirts, one on the north and one in the south when we get the resources. And then another one right in the north. There we go. And what you've got now is an explorer, and what explorers do is they're looking ahead, him having a good look, and eventually, when he's done his exploring, we'll have more of the map revealed. There we go, he sees more. Amazing. Vision expanded. Now, one of the most challenging aspects of this game is not only keeping the fire alight and avoiding people disappearing in the night. One of the other issues as well is you will have disasters that happen as you progress throughout the game. One of the first disasters you get is the eclipse, in which you get nighttime for like 4 days simultaneously back to back. So you need to have a good stockpile of wood and food to keep your supplies going before the night returns. As you can see now, we are revealing more and more of the map as the explorers go out and provide vision. Now, finding the right time to do a ritual is really difficult. I find it's just about here in the day before the day ends. So I perform the ritual, and anyone who has spiritual needs not acquired will make their way over to the spirit lodge. And they are making their way over now. But as you see, we've dropped below 1, so this is a good time to do it. And if they do have any spiritual needs, they will make their way over there, and they are. And they're performing a very small ritual with not very people. It feels more optimal to do it when everyone's back at camp in the very center. But once again, you do find the best optimal time to do it. I've not quite found that right sweet spot yet. Okay, 17 of 18. Tribal population. We need to increase the cap. The easiest way to do that is just pop a tent down. And there you go. Cap is now up to 24. The tribe is expanding. New resource has been discovered. And it is the green herb, which I believe is toads. It is toads. I can actually see them clear on the map now. I never zoomed in enough to actually know what it is. And you can go have a green medicine farm here. So what you can do is harvest the green medicine. Okay, and it's this one here. And what you do is when you perform rituals, you gain more points towards the discipline of the beast, unlocking more of these slots overall. However, what you can also do is reduce fear, and it's also a really good idea to reduce it by a very small amount by eating the green herb to just have a passive effect of reducing overall fear. Look, we're doing quite well on fear at the moment, so it's not actually a big issue, but I am actually going to go with my plan and start harvesting the green herb. Almost bedtime now, so I'm going to do a ritual. Call anyone who wants to do the ritual. There we go. We are harvesting the green herb. Yeah, he's collecting the frogs and putting them in the pot. And then now he's bringing them back to base. Okay, so I'm going to call everyone back to base by hitting the night horn. Then I'm going to do a ritual. And that hopefully should gather me more people at the lodge to do an overall ritual to bring up my spiritual need. So maybe the best thing is to hit the horn to bring them all back, and now we're all doing a ritual together. Ah, that seems the best strat. So call them back and then hit the horn. Ah, that's the way you do it. And now we should get at least of one spiritual need at least. And when they're done, yeah, 1.6. Nice. So I can make a decision here now. Do I want to focus on discontent by upping my stability, or do I want to focus on tolerance to reduce fear? Because we're already +2 on tolerance, which reduces fear. I think I want to go for stability. However, that's going to cost 100 influence points, and we're only at 50. Usually early game, you want to focus on tolerance because it's cheaper due to the fresh start perk. But overall, I'm going to go for stability. Okay, a tribe member is currently in shock. And this is what shock looks like. Fear. So the fear has gotten too high, and eventually now they're having to go to camp to reduce their fear. And the fear can only go down if they're looking into the flame. And you can see it is currently ticking down because this person has gotten too much fear. That's the reason why you want to consume green herbs. It's also the reason why you increase tolerance, because it reduces overall fear, so this will happen less often. Usually at the start of the game you get this a lot frequently, but because I've got for this green bonus here, that's the reason why I've not experienced this problem until now. So it might be a good idea to keep the fire on during the day to reduce these fear down so these workers can be productive again. It's just something extra you have to be aware of in the daytime. So some of the guys have perks. Can you see this reliable worker, and he will generate more productivity doing lumber, ore mining, or stone pit. And there's another guy here who has it too. So select the guys that have the adequate perk and assign them to the role they need. I believe that those perks are more likely to appear if their discontent is super low, but I could be wrong about that. All right, we'll call everyone back to camp and then perform a ritual. A lot of people involved in the ritual. I think I performed the ritual too late. I think I should have recalled them, give it an hour in game time, and then done the ritual. I think I've done it in the wrong order. So what we can do now is when we perform a ritual, each member that performs the ritual consume one of the green herb. And that will apply into the discipline of the beast, giving us more unlock points, which will give us more perks. Okay, a hunter has gone missing. Causes all hunter members to gain discontent and fear, or we lose influence point. You know what? I think I'm going to double down on discontent and the fear. Influence points at the start of the game are just too important. So, for the time being, let them run to camp and be overwhelmed with fear. It's not good, but it is what it is. Okay, we're going to recall everyone a little bit earlier than normal. Then we perform a ritual with the green herb. And hopefully we can get a large number of people here performing the ritual. I say that and we get 3 people. Oh, well, I tried. Clearly, spiritual needs, clearly not that important. Well, for now, anyway. As you can see, it did consume some of the green herbs. And you can see the green herb is having a reduction of fear by 3. What I could do is, because we're not getting that many members, I'm going to increase the amount of passive income of consumption of the herb. And that'll reduce the base amount of fear. And it'll reduce the odds of this happening. But this probably happened more likely due to fear than anything else. Okay, we'll call everyone back to camp. We all coming back? Yep. And ritual. Yeah, there we go. We're getting good numbers now. Attendees are up. Yes. Now that is what I call a ritual. And that's 8 members. So probably we will lose all of our green points here because they'll all get consumed. Find out. Yes. If you go into spiritual aspects, which is you can see 11 of 100 is unlocked before we unlock a new perk. Buried treasure. One of our members becomes a beautiful gem perk, which basically means they're almost immune to discontent and fear, which is really cool. And also, less likely to be taken in the darkness. That's what Shadow Death is. This one means that we consume more of the herb when we do a ritual. And coercion is something that prevents riots as we get a large population. Tolerance change cost minus 25%. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to go with the top one. The beautiful gem. Who becomes the beautiful gem? That's the question. Go to tribe members and find them. The beautiful gem is this individual, which will now be renamed Feedback. Reliable worker and beautiful gem. Wow, like real life. Okay, here we go. Can you see this on the bottom right? This is the eclipse. The sun will no longer rise. And the only concern I've got is actually the amount of food that I've got. So I've dropped into the Hunter's Lodge, and that might generate a little bit more food. The sweet spot is about 3 Hunter's Lodges, but I've had to drop another one because I'm just a little bit concerned about the food amount. You don't want to overhunt the herd because there'll be no herd left. But by looking at the numbers here, I don't know. There's a lot of herd left. So maybe 4 is the sweet spot. Maybe I got that wrong. Whoops. We'll call everyone back to base. Then as we come back, perform a ritual. Darkness. Fears increase. Light has dropped. And the chance of Shadow Death goes up significantly. So if you're in the dark right now, you're in for a bad time. And as you can see, the fear's gone up because we have a lot of members in shot right now. The joy is because everyone's around the base right now. Is you can perform lots of rituals and gain lots of ritual points. Alternatively too, if you turn on lighting here, you can actually see the range that they can do work. So what you can do here is drop beacons. And personally, I think these are a little bit expensive. But you can see here now we can get people working a little bit further away from the base. Because what ideally I want to do is whilst I'm in this period, I still want to be collecting from my herbs up north. By dropping a little bit lighting here, I might still be able to collect. Just, I actually can't even see where I normally collect from. So can we drop one maybe here? Oh, it's here. I can see it. Oh, he's joining the ritual. Oh, and then he's going to go back to work. So that's perfect. Be aware these do consume wood. So be aware that if you do place a lot of these, you are hurting your supplies of wood. If you check the lighting now, you can see they can work within these regions now. With a little bit of overlap, getting an extra boost to lighting. I'm going to drop another farm here. And I'm going to swap out this guy who's in shock for someone else sitting in the fire. Yeah, now we can harvest toads, and we can do harvesting of toads throughout the eclipse. And what we could do is assign all of the green points towards reducing fear. And as you can see, we're having a massive fear problem, so this is something I really want to work on. Precious offerings. Fear has taken over the tribe. Do we consume food? Influence points? Or one of our members disappears? Ooh, who is this guy? Roki. Roki is delirious from fear. And he's a lumber camp guy. Do you know what? I'm gonna make him disappear. I'm kind of concerned about my food because right now I can't collect food during the darkness. I suppose what I could do is the herd is up here, and I could actually build lighting in this region and make a little alleyway towards that region. This is something I should have done during the light before the eclipse, because right now I actually don't have any idea where anything is. Ah, the fear's broken. Yes, everyone goes back to work, and everyone immediately sleeps after they've had a shocking moment. Okay, the fear situation is significantly less, so I'm going to drop that down to about a third, and then we'll run rituals if we need to. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a big one, boys. Dancing through the moonlight. Here we go. Oh my goodness. And the eclipse is over, but it's still nighttime. So, heads up, Act 2. This is kind of where the game kind of begins. That was the little tester. Can you survive the first few weeks? And you can see now the perks that get affected during this period. So you can kind of see what you're kind of aiming for. So now we can focus a little bit more on farming. Building is more worthwhile. Spiritualness becomes a little bit more important, so you have to keep an eye on that. And however, the most important element is now we can start getting technology. So I'm going to build a tinkering works, which is here. Place that right about here. And what you could do is assign one of our boyos to it. And now he'll be generating resource points, technology points. Yeah, research points. It is research points in the top right. And then we can use that. If you go into building upgrades, you can invest those into improving your tribe. Technology has arrived. And there we go. Finally, day has arrived back and everyone is off back to work. Suppose in a way you're incentivized to build all your buildings around your campfire to begin with. But I'm going to advise you not to do that, because what will happen is you'll end up taking all the trees out around in close proximity. And you'll just run out of trees so when you need it the most. And it's best just to kind of spread everything out for the time being. Trust me on that one. Trust me. So in an ideal world, what I should have done is dropped a beacon, maybe one here, and then another one here. And then the hunters can still hunt food during the eclipse. Protection or improvement. So if you go into philosophies, you can see what does protection do. It reduces research but increases productivity and also reduces base fear. That's good. However, improvement reduces discontent and increases research. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go improvement. I seem to be all about reducing discontent, and keeping that discontent nice and low can cause, well, reduce future problems. Put it that way. I probably want to aim for stability too, which I will do that. So if you go into your tribe, and we can increase stability by paying our influence points. Boom. Influence points is like a currency used a lot in events, but you can spend it to increase stability or tolerance. Once again, it was increasing discontent, and that really upsets me, so we don't want to focus on that. So let's get that sorted. The number one resource that gets used around this period is stone. It's something you will consume more of as time progresses, so my advice to you is try and bank as much stone as possible. So the best upgrade to go for initially is going to be more masons, which increases the amount of stone workers that you can assign to your stone pit by +1. So for the time being, that is the one we're going to go for. What I'm going to do is drop another tinkery down as well. We don't have enough stone. See, this is why stone's super important for this earlier game period. I think we'll drop another lumber camp somewhere in the north there, and then maybe another one here. Wood's an important resource, and if someone's sitting around not working, it's really important that you take advantage of a little bit of harvesting of wood. Okay, freedom versus survival. It's another philosophy. Look at this lovely political compass. So freedom gives tribe growth but less influence points. Where control gives more influence as it reduces the riot and panic threshold. I think control is the win here. Yeah, control is the win. Eventually what happens over time is your members will join factions and they'll have a preference of their ideology, and that can affect their ability to get content or discontent during the tribe. Just keep an eye on that, and that can affect overall strategy. Also, I've spotted that someone here is an imaginative thinker, so he needs to be in the tinkery. Imagination. Stone! Boom. And now assign an extra member to the stone pit. Have we got anyone who's got a good perk? No, we do not. See, the shaman here has started a ritual, and he's also having a bit of a breakdown mid-ritual. One thing to consider investing into at the moment is farms. We'll drop one here, and then build the farms around it. We got anyone that could be assigned to it? Yeah, and he's currently sleeping. Be away, just take a while for the crops to grow. So just heads up, just they'll notice they'll be sitting around in camp not doing a lot for the time being, but eventually they will start working again. I think we'll drop another farm round about here as well. So what you can see is I'm placing the farms right next to beacons, so those are light sources. You can see now that they'll even continue harvesting throughout the night. Alright, exploit time and also spoiler time. So plug your ears if you don't want to hear this bit, because I might ruin the game for you, okay? I'm not going to give you the ending, but I'll let you know there's something really bad coming. And to deal with it is going to cause problems. So what you want to do is build something that can increase your exploration. So what we do is this. Build, build, build. So basically exploring the map by building lumber camps. So we get the very end of the tile. Boom, 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 boom. Are we at the end yet? Yes, we're at the end. What I'm going to do now is delete them all. So what we've done now is created an incredibly bad workplace, okay? But there's a reason for that, because there are members of our tribes that are going to become problems later on that we need to deal with. And to deal with these problems, we assign them to this lumber camp. This one that's many, many miles away. Actually, would it be better if it's a lumber camp, or would it be better if it was a hunter's lodge? Probably a hunter's lodge, actually. Yeah, I'll do a hunter's lodge. All right, we're going to assign this guy someone who has a perk that we don't like. And here it is. The weird gleam. So there is a disaster that happens later in the game where these people will become a massive problem, a huge problem. It's best if we just get rid of these tribes members so we don't have to deal with them later on. And the easiest thing to do is to give them an unsatisfying workplace, which will cause them massive amount of problems. And that is what we've just done just there. Oh, look, and off they go. Their unbelievably terrible workplace. Let's hope nothing bad happens to them. Huh? Yeah. One way of avoiding people from getting the weird gleam is to keep your spirituality, your spiritual need above 1, and that's the reason why you keep doing rituals. As the game progresses, you will need more and more and more rituals performed to keep those needs nice and low and not have any problems that could later happen. A fallen explorer who discovered some ancient technology. So, refined copperworks, building upgrade cost -20, building upgrade research cost -15, that's really good. Or extra resources gathered when destroying a building up 50%. So whenever you destroy a building, you don't get a full refund, you get a partial refund. This means you'll get most of it back. Ooh, that's so difficult. I think ancient formulas is pretty good though. This is pretty useful in the event you need wood in an emergency. But will I ever need that? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go for building upgrade costs, because now we can spend our technology points. Okay! Was taken by something. Was that the one that had the weird gleam? It was. Oh, the strategy works. So now we're going to assign someone who else has a weird gleam. Yes. And off you go. Make sure when someone gets taken, like that pop-up in the top right, you hear the sound effect for it as well, that you immediately reassign someone else who has weird gleam. You don't want anyone to be sent away unless they are the troublemakers. You know who you are. Next tech to invest into is going to be quick regrowth so you can harvest herbs faster. As you can see now, we're going to be harvesting, I think 10% faster? Is it 10%? I didn't even read it. 15%. More frogs. I'm a little bit concerned about my food production here, so I'm going to drop another farm. More resources have been found, and they are the yellow mushrooms. It plays the same way. We can go for... we can invest our points into yellow spirit progress, and... believe that increases productivity. It's not as good as reducing fear, but do you know what? We'll harvest a little bit of it, just a little bit. And luckily, it's not actually too far away from this other beacon. So what I could do, turn on the fire. We get radius of 1, 2, 3. So then 1, 2, 3, and then pop another one there, and then you get 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, another one maybe there. We don't have enough stone for this. Ooh, this is going to be a bit of a problem, because stone is an important resource for what's coming up in a moment. Let's hope we discover some more stone anytime soon. Might need to invest into more masonry. Could do that, but we've only got 138 stone left. I think 138 will be enough, actually, so I think we'll invest into the masonry. Yeah, do that. And then sign another mason. The beast and the shepherd. Once again, another philosophy, I believe. No, it's not. Oh, it's basically investing points into the disciplines. We're definitely more invested into the beast. But basically, depending on who you're invested into can upset them or make them angry. So we're going to go with the beast because that's what we're invested mostly into. Okay, the flood is coming. Can you see that in the distance? It's 3 days away. Now, the flood is... oh, man, it can be painful depending on where it spawns. But for the most part, the flood is easy to manage if you've got the sufficient flood barriers. But unfortunately, flood barriers require stone. And that's the reason why we're over-invested into stone currently. Okay, the next investment is we need to generate more research points, and it's kind of a vicious cycle that research points require research points to generate it, but now we will generate more research points because we've invested into research points. Research for the sake of research. Someone was taken, and hopefully it was the weird gleamer. Let's just double check. It was. And we have no gleamers. So what I'm going to basically do is turn off these two buildings now. At the same time, I think we need a few more lumber camps. So place one here, and another one not too far here. A little bit concerned about my wood at the moment, and food is actually slightly a concern too, but we'll look into that. So one thing that can spike fear is losing someone. And the people who are trying to selectively make disappear, for reasons we will explain later in the game, is causing fear to spike within the tribe. So it can be a vicious cycle. If you lose so many tribe members, you can cause more tribe members to go into shock, which causes more problems. As you can see, these guys, this guy who is a explorer and also lumber camp, are both in shock for that exact reason. A dream visitor. One of our tribe members shares a dream. In the light, the dream, the fireflies block out the light sun with the lights. We take our hunters, or take us all. The hunters have less chance of dying in the shadows. We'll ignore the night horn. Wow. That's actually insane. That basically means my hunters are practically immune to disappearing in the dark. Or we reduce the panic threshold for the entirety of the tribe. Oh man, this is so difficult. These are so good. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. The hunters it is. So does the hunters gain a perk? Let's have a look. No, they don't gain a perk. But it just means if they're in the hunting role, they're less likely to disappear in the darkness. That'll come in handy for one of the other disasters that's coming up later in the game. I know, the hindsight with this is insane, isn't it? We're definitely looking into the future. More research to spend on research. Nice. Okay, the rains are coming and the water levels are going to be increasing. Okay. All right, 2 more gleamers have been spotted, so we must give them the most important task possible, which is to venture into the deep and the darks. Gleamer, off you go. And gleamer number 2. Was it 1 or 2? There's 2, yeah. There we go. Off you go on your wild adventures, son. Oh no, they're hunters now, because that means they're less likely to be taken at the night. Oh, so we're gonna have to replace these with lumber camps. I've just realized that perk kind of cancels out my strat, so I have to replace those with lumber camps. Gleamer 1 and Gleamer 2. One chance of reducing Gleamers is to do rituals, which we will start to do more frequently. Okay, when it comes down to the flood, it's best to plan ahead. So what I'm going to do is start building flood barriers, and we're going to build it initially around my farms. As you can see, this is eating into so much stone right now, and my wood storage is probably going to get really bad as well. Yep, we're almost running out of wood. That is not good. But what we're basically doing is creating a circle here of where we can collect supplies from. I have a feeling at the moment I just want to abandon my farms just for a little while so we can focus primarily on gathering wood. I think we're going to gather wood from inside of the base. I am incredibly concerned that the flood is going to cause a lot of problems for us. Yep, there we go. The flood has arrived and it has consumed inside of my base. This has never happened before. Oh my goodness. I think this might be the end of the run. What? Oh, okay, so I blocked it off, and that area now doesn't have flood. Oh, I'm understanding the game mechanics, boys. We're understanding how it works. So at the very beginning, you have low danger. Only 1% chance of disappearing when you're in water. So from honest to my hand-on opinion here, I won't care too much. I won't bother. 1% is just so low, it's just not even worth worrying about. And it goes to 5%, and then another one's like 40%. So what you can do is tell them to stay out of water if you want to. But for the first phase of this disaster, it's not really worth it. But the chances can be annoying. 1% can sometimes happen to you. It is what it is. Oh, there's another stone camp down here. I've just discovered another one. So when we're done with this one, which is very soon, by the way. I guess this is going to get flooded. We've already got 7 stone left here, so this one's practically done anyway. Very concerned about my wood numbers here, but we'll try our absolute best to keep going. But we're going to gather wood from inside of the base. Don't usually do this, but we're going to have a lot of excess jobs at the moment because this stone camp is about to be finished gathering resources. Final stone is about to be gathered. Okay, twisted reflections. Some of the tribe members have been staring at pools of water. Oh, there's a lot of that to go around. So we can basically increase the chance of water death, but reduce fear and discontent. You know, I'm going to say no to this because I think fear and discontent is not a big concern about. We've only got one guy in shock. Increasing the chance of water death is not good in this initial phase because right now it's not a big deal because I don't even think I'm going to have water problems to begin with anyway. There you go. The stone camp now has no longer stone in it, so I'm going to destroy it. And now these guys can be assigned to other jobs such as mining wood. We're going to need a lot of wood for the time being. As you can see, the forests are all getting harvested out because we're just gathering so much wood, but we need it, so it has to be done. It is what it is. Okay, we've only got one gleamer left, so I'm going to assign him to this camp. Where is he? Where are you? There you go. He's in shock, weird gleam, starving, and delirious. Man, he is the best combination of stats. Okay, flood has risen, and now it's important because the risk is medium, 5% chance we keep everyone away from water for the time being. This is going to result in loads of workers not working. 12 members in shock. We're having a bit of issue with fear. Someone disappeared. How many people have we just lost? Did a bunch of people just die? But that's the reason why we're dealing with fear. See this? Someone disappeared. And was it the Gleamer guy who disappeared? I think it's reason best to get rid of Gleamers one by one and not stack them all in one go. So there's a few people that disappear. We've got another one there as well. Best not to lose anyone for the time being because the fear is really stacking up. At the same time, I want to double stack, reducing fear from eating the toads because that'll keep the fear down. And right now we're having a massive fear spike. So it's something we're going to have to deal with. Let's hold a ritual for the time being. I think I'm forgetting rituals, so I'm focused on so many things. Alright, more technology. To gain more technology, we've maxed out improved tools. You kind of want to do that first, to be fair, because stacking tech is important. And then what you can do then is go for tier 2, which is 135, which we're really close to, and some of the upgrades for tier 2 are really good. One of our tribe members has let the water engulf our camp. She believes the flood is to be a gift. Arrival of a new god. Exile her, punish her, or leave it. She is unwell. We're all a little bit unwell, right? The Shadow Man disappears. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. The fear. And it is tribes disappearing. Tribes members disappearing is really hurting us. So we have some influence points here, but it's good to sit on it because later on we are going to need these influence points. Alternatively, we can increase tolerance, which reduces fear by -10. It's really tempting to invest into this. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Keeping that fear down is important right now because we're having a fear overload. The flood has risen. More flood. So what I could do here is if I want my hunters to still be hunting. Oh, this is really hard. I guess what I could do is build this here and here. So what I can do now is move out the base from this little corridor I've made. I believe the water is at the maximum level now anyway, so it's only going to come down from here anywho. At the same time too, anyone who's sat at the camp doing nothing, I'm going to destroy your workplace because eventually we need people on the farms now anyway. Luckily the food stores are actually still quite high, so that's something to be thankful for. Unlock tier 2. And this is the first one I like to go for, lumber camp tree regrowth. Wood's your primary resource. If trees are growing quicker, then you can keep your production going. And right now we've had to just take down huge amounts of trees just to keep the base running. So this is something we're desperately going to need. This one, reducing sleep time, is really good too. Stone pit production is a good one too. Increasing the amount of workers from Tinkerworks is so big too. And also improving farms is big as well. Oh, this is another good one too. Reducing the amount of wood burning cost from beacons. That's really big as well. Only one more day of this, and then the floodwaters will retreat. Oh no! My imaginative thinker's become a weird gleam. Oh, that really sucks. Okay, productivity lost, but discontent is reduced as well. Yeah, let's go for that. Productivity is not big at the end of the day. We're still gathering resources. We're doing okay on resources. Be thankful for what you've got, right? Be thankful for what you've got. Which is a hard thing to do, I know. Yay, the waters are retreating. At last. Okay, forestry is now unlocked. Regrow the trees, eventually. So now I'm having to work down my worker numbers consistently over and over and over again. Running into issues now where I'm not fulfilling all my jobs. Like my tribes never got really above 30, 35 members because more members are being sent on jobs where they're sent to this side of the map. Okay, so emergence. So we can do more exploration missions, which is something not we're going to do until later on anyway. I guess we could do those now, actually. Philosophy plus 50%. Tribe growth plus 1. Spiritual needs. Spiritual needs keep going up every act, so be aware of that. Riot build up progress plus 25%. Okay, so this is the age where riots become a problem, but you only really have to worry about that is if your tribe gets really big, and right now my tribe is not really that massive anyway. Okay, we have way too many workers at the moment. Okay, so 3 tribe members get 25% fear. Oh dear, we lose 25 influence. We'll go for the influence. Right now we've got way too many people in shock, so we're going to have to deal with that otherwise. It's going to cause problems because we don't have enough workers. Alright, I'm just going to purge a few lumber camps right now. We've got way too many. In fact, all the ones inside the base need to be purged, actually. And of course, we're assigning the weird gleamers to these lumber camps that are very many miles away. I'm going working on our farms as well. That's good. We're almost close to unlocking the next principle of the beast. Let's hope it's a good upgrade. Let's pray. Right, the beacons. Do we have enough to reduce their cost? 50 food and 50 wood. Gotta be careful here because we're below 100 food, and that's always an area of concern. Okay, everyone's not in shock anymore now. That's a good time to run a ritual, so keep them mostly content because their spirituality needs are getting quite low due to the fact that we're neglecting them. At the same time, too, we need to work on this stone camp, too, because stone's going to be an issue if it gets too low as well. But we can as well, if we want to, start demolishing some of these flood barriers, gaining roughly about 1 stone back for every one we get rid of. And we'll just farm a few of these ones. In desperation, I guess this is a little piggy bank of resources that we can pull out of at any moment, I suppose. Oh, 1 point away from the next beast unlock. We've dropped below 30 tribesmen. Not good, but it is what it is. Purging the fear. The tribe gets calm after the storm. After a panic, the tribe gets -20 discontent. Offset of -5 threshold for 10 days. Yeah, why not? Just means whenever they've had a panic, they're less likely to panic again in future, I guess. Yeah. All right, food stores are up now, so we can start upgrading. And what I want to do is go for this one. We're a bit low on tech points, but once again, it reduced the cost for keeping the flames alight. Also, we can do a ritual now that can unlock the next principle of the beast. Shadow Man has been taken. Your fear increases, which is really bad, but I think that was another gleamer. Let me just double check. Yes, it was. Next one. Sign more and more. Purge those members. We don't need them. Okay, next level of the principles of the beasts. Disorder and freedom plus -2 conscientiousness. More groups will join your tribe. This is like an event driven where this is a continuous bonus. So high conscientiousness increases resource output like productivity, but low conscientiousness decreases discontent. I think we'll go for this one. Oh, it's -2. So which reduces discontent. Oh, it's not plus. Okay, we'll go for that one then. Is there a way of showing that in one of the trees? No, it's not here. Conscientiousness is just something that we can't see. That's kind of annoying. It's like nowhere. There's nowhere in the game stats that actually shows me this. I have to refer to a wiki to find that out. Okay, it's time. So my wood production is going to go through the roof now because I'm not burning it with beacons as much. So now the wood cost for burning a beacon drops from 1 per hour to 0.8 per hour. If we can stack that 3 times, we can make basically beacons burn for free, which is insane. Okay, food for thought. If you have 10 green herbs in 5 days, you'll be given a reward. Okay, I think we'll go for that one. What's my production like? I don't actually know. So go 50%, shall we? That might be enough. I think we'll just drop it down to 0% and then see how much we can gather and then get the reward. I believe the reward is tech points. I could be wrong. I'm taking a guess in the shot in the dark here. The cost of power. Hunters carry a strange animal into camp, a dying deer whose head has been impaled by overgrown antlers. Put it in the hunters' halls. Increased chance of shadow death by hunters by 25%. +1 fear reduced per food produced. Fire burning increased costs, but then fire radius goes up. That's not very good. Fear gained per hour slept, but tent sleep time managed 25%. Ooh, mamma mia. I kind of want to go with the sleeping one. It's like, it's basically sacrificing fear for productivity. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for the economy. Also, something I've forgotten about is wood cumber production. It's a really important one, that one. I always forget about it. It increases your productivity for your woodcutters by 50%. It's really strong. There's no reason not to do it. Okay, so spiritual needs is really important at the moment because weird gleam comes up more often, which we'll explain later on why that becomes a problem. But that's why I keep doing rituals every now and then. And even if one person attends, it's worth it because spiritual needs is like super important, which we'll find out later why. Also, another one is hunters' productivity is a good one. These early technologies are important because, once again, one of the disasters that's coming up is really hunter important. And once again, you're going to find out why. You'll find out. Oh no. Running back from the darkness. Weird gleamers. Be ashamed someone take you. You disappeared. Someone took you. Broken by knowledge. A nervous wanderer appears at the edge of our camp asking for shelter in exchange for knowledge. We lose stability, but we gain 50 in the principle of the beast. No. I think at the minute, because we need 150 to level up again, it's just too far away. I don't think it's worth it. No, it's not worth. It's not worth. New spiritual aspect has been unlocked for 50 points into the shepherd. Do we choose? Attending a yellow medicine ritual reduces food need based on medicine usage and people attending. That is really strong. That's really strong. Mushroom growth plus 100%. Oh man, this is hard. No, the left one is the one. That's the one. Reducing food need is just a really strong meme. It's just really strong. Tommy K has been taken by something. Oh no. Oh, was he one of the stone miners? I think he was. Whoops. I think maybe we need some lighting down here, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that really sucks. All right. 10. Green herb. Gay is 100. Tech. They have returned. All right, and we're going to invest it all into the economical flames. Think about the economy, boys. The economy. And now, flamers only consume 0.4. That's so big. That means we can light the map for practically nothing. That's insane. Make your bed. Sleep time is plus 15%, or we lose influence points. Nah, I'm going to take the influence hit. This is the reason why you bank a bit of influence, because you can use it in these situations where you get an event like that. Oh, look at this. There's a ritual. Oh my goodness. All the attendees. This is a good one too. Hey, beds. Reduce the sleeping time by 25%. Less sleep means more productivity. Yes! Today, I put the economy first. Did you put the economy first? There we go. Lovely walkway of light for the stone camp. Stone's too important to ignore, so it has to be done. Okay, I think we've got stability. I don't like how much food we're consuming and how much wood we're consuming, but hey, we've got stability and the tribe is up to 40 members now. Things are looking pretty good. Oh, what's this? Locusts. Nice. Okay, I think we're going to do the same strat we did before. I think we're going to expand out into the darkness. Yeah, we're really close to the edge of the map. Off we go, off we go, off we go. So we want to try and get rid of the weird gleamers. Trust me. You want to do that, because it's only going to come back to hurt you. There we go. The edge of the map. Now we can delete all of these. Remember, in emergency, don't forget to destroy some buildings if you need to. You should get a decent refund on tearing them up. Okay, and then we're going to assign the gleamers. Okay, they cannot be any further away now. Like, literally the corner of the map. Oh, looks things. We've actually lost a great number of them over time anyway. That's actually kind of lucky. Oh, well. Winner, chicken dinner, eh? Oh my goodness. Party through the night. Local yoga class has maximum members at capacity. One of our members has perished. Was he one of the gleamers? And here we have the locust, meaning we can no longer grow crops, and our discontent is through the roof. Oh, okay. So what you do now is you turn off all your farms. Farms are useless now because the locusts are eating all the crops. Now what you need to do is place hunters lodges around the map, because you need to destroy the locusts and basically place them in a circle around the map. At the same time, we probably should just hold back on the wood gathering just for a little while. And then we also need to say a bunch of our hunters to not destroy locusts. So click on this button to activate locust hives destroying, but then select the ones near the base to say not to, so they'll continue their normal hunting mechanisms. Well, there's one locust hive here. As you can see, they're going to eat a massive amount of our food if we don't deal with this. So destroy them. This is where you basically lose all your food. So if you banked like 2,000 food here, unfortunately you messed up big time. Messed up super big time, because you're about to lose all that food anyway. Rip. But luckily at the moment we have this bonus, which is super OP for this. They ignore the night horn and they will hunt at night and not have to worry about getting taken away. So that means we can get rid of most of these locust hives and not have to deal with them, which is like super cool. Just be aware you need some hunters still active, because otherwise you'll run out of food completely, which is going to be a big disaster. Hunter's movement speed. I think that's a win, particularly in this scenario. All right, we've removed all of the locust hives, but we're still going to lose 85% of our food. Is that bugged? It says 85%, but it says 50% here. By the way, this game is early access. There might be a few little glitches, maybe just a few. All right, the locusts have arrived and they're eating all of our food. I think about 50% of it's getting eaten. Rip. All right, more locusts. When we get rid of all the hives, our food will reduce by 50%, which is still manageable. So attack, boy. Attack. Starving masses. I've got 400 food. I'm not starving. The tribe fear, but production time minus 10%. Or I lose influence. You know what? I'm going to take the influence. This is the reason why you bank a bit of influence. It's really useful to have. on the side. So 2 tribe members were just taken away. Oh, I didn't turn the fire on quick enough. Ah, that's really bad. So the issue here isn't losing the 4 tribes members, because they can be replaced. It's this. Someone disappeared, and stacking it really hurts. Another one of those instances where we have to sacrifice. Oh, coercion's not too bad, because our tribe's not even that big anyway. Coercion's all about this number. It basically causes riots if your tribe isn't coerced enough. But look, the riot chance is super low, so it's not a problem. Probably losing a bunch of hunters here is very painful, but it is what it is. Managed to get all the locust hives, so it's only 50% of our food is being wasted. All right, this is the final wave. 150% of my food will get destroyed. How does that even work out? How do I lose more than nothing? I don't know. But that's the thing. I have to be aware of that. It's usually a good time to spend a lot of your food, actually, by like investing in technology, for instance. Because a lot of these do require a food investment. One requires wood. I guess we can get more herbs, I guess. 30 tribes members are in shock. Nice. We're about to lose the final bit of food stores that we're ever going to have. And unfortunately, not many of our hunters are actively right now cutting down the hives. So that's going to cause more problems. Currently in shock. Oh dear. So basically, all the ones are in shock. I need to basically redistribute. So this guy is killing hives. That's good. This guy is in shock, so we'll change him to somebody else. So we have to go through every hunter's lodge and find the ones that are in shock. In shock, basically switch it out with someone else who isn't in shock. Which you imagine is quite difficult because everyone's in shock right now. In shock. There should actually be an icon for being in shock, wouldn't it? That'd make more sense, wouldn't it? No, everyone's in shock. I've switched them all out as I could. There aren't any more. The shocking part is that everyone's in shock. Alright, okay, not many members in shock now. So can we get the final jobs done? That'll be great. It's like we're about to lose all our food stores, though. Rip. A wave of starvation is coming, boys. Big rip. No food. And replace some of these members with tree choppers. Because we desperately need food. Harvest the foods. Come on. We need the foods. And the final locust wave is here. But what they're going to steal... There's nothing to steal because there's no food left. All the food has been consumed. Get rid of the hunter's halls now because this is the final wave anyway. Might have a few people die here from hunger, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Oh, we've got a bit of food back now. That's good. I don't want to run a spiritual lodge ritual right now. I need to wait for the locusts to go. I could turn on the farms again now. And the locusts have finally gone. Act 4. Turmoil. So we lose coercion. Outposts increase coercion. Okay. Travel time reduction. And it costs more to increase our stability. Okay. We reach some level of stability. But there's always time to dance. Once again, Spirit Lodge rituals here are super crucial. Because once again, spiritual need. Very big deal in this game. Very big deal, which you'll find out later on. Oh no, another weird gleam. Oh no, another one. Okay, so there's a farmer upgrade that's really important. And that is range. However, it needs to be paired with this one because you need more farmers to work the fields. I don't know why these two aren't like fused together because you need to get both to be worthwhile. So we need 180 tech so before we can click both. More fields means more workers means more fields. So it's kind of a continuous cycle thing. They both work in synergy with one another. Okay, the next disaster to be aware of is going to require lots of influence points. So don't spend it. Trust me, don't spend it. It's important. And I forgot to turn the fire on again, and I've just lost 2 members. Rip. Let's hope it was someone that had a weird gleam. No, it wasn't. Rip. Uncle Joe was taken by something. Good, he was a weird gleamer. Next. Right, we've got the 2 techs now. So, range, more workers. And what I can do now is increase the range astronomically. And that means I can cut back on some of the other farms as well. It means I can reduce from 3 farms down to 2 farms because the amount of food these will supply will be massive. Someone was taken in the dark. Good. Another one bites the dust. Another one's taken. Good. That one bites the dust. And another one down. And another one down. All right, another big farm. I'll pop it here, at least 2 tiles away. And open up the farm. Oh, I really like to build the big ones. They feel good. And then get rid of the other ones. Yes. Oh, I just realized we've run out of food as well. Food has hit 0. I think it might be because I've over-hunted the herd a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I think I actually have. The amount of food consumed And another gleamer has disappeared. Good. Oh God, we've got so few gleamers now. This is perfect. Okay, there's no light near this farm, so I'm not harvesting at night. That is a concern. I'll drop you there. Now we can harvest at night. Yes. Farm work must continue. Food is important. You have to think about the economy. I think we'll have to double down on the farms. I think we're going to need another one. Once again, feed the workers for the economy. So weird that there's such a strong economic focus to this campaign, isn't there? Okay, this should handle a lot of the food issues now. 3 massive farms. Surely this should be enough. Filling crops. Oh my God, we need the food so badly. Yeah, the 50 food is... Oh, that's come at the most perfect time. To hunt or be hunted. One of our guys disappears. Hunters gain movement speed bonus. Or have a reduced chance of shadow death. If the fear is over 25. I guess we'll go for that one. We're going to have to lose that guy anyway, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, we've got stable food now. Thank goodness. Prosperity is here. Okay, I've started a new strategy. What if I drop a beacon here and I encourage them to gather around it, but then I turn the beacon off and then they get caught in the darkness? We'll give that a shot. They gathered around the flame, but now they're in the darkness. Oh, they've disappeared. Hopefully permanently. This means they're in the darkness for a longer duration, so I'm hoping that this kind of will push them over the edge. I don't know, it's just a guess, I suppose. I just feel like less of them are disappearing at the moment. Another farm? Yes. It's like the upfront cost for farms is quite high too. We need to be aware of. Ooh, we've got another imaginative thinker. Another one. It'd be nice if the game let you know when you got one of those traits appeared. They're so good traits, I feel like... I don't know, I don't feel like you should ignore them. Food, please. The plague has arrived. Okay. This is one that costs a lot of influence. So there's 3 waves of this. Each of them costs 75 influence, and you basically say... social distance, basically, and you hit the button 3 times and it reduces the chance of sickness spreading. If it spreads throughout your entire tribe, you're going to lose about half of your tribe. So my advice to you is just hit the button every time. It's one of those ones I don't think you can afford to say no to. It's sad, but it is what it is. Okay, hit the button again. Next wave. Only 5 members have got the illness, so only a little bit of down with the sickness today. They're more likely to gain this trait as well. You can see this lonely. It reduces movement speed. Good. Good. I hope you get stuck here. 3 members in the dark. Terrible if something happened to them, wouldn't it? Be terrible if something happened to them. Maybe they should disappear. Okay, more influence spent. Oh, the cost of influence is so painful. But it is what it is. Okay, this is a pro tip. So you can do some exploration and explore, let's say, the north, for instance. And what I could do with that is assign a bunch of people on a journey that's sick. So you're sick. You're sick. And you're sick. The beauty of this meta is that I'm basically sending everyone away who's sick, so the chance of interacting with them and spreading the illness is less and less. Therefore, less chance of spreading the virus. We must contain the virus. That is the plan. Okay, you get events based around exploration. So I think we'll use a bit more wood. I've given them good supplies, so go further north. Probably could do with another outpost, to be fair with you, and send some more sick people on another adventure. Yeah, let's do that. Another one. And 3 6. Sicky. Sicky. And 3rd. Sicky. Go north. Send wood and food with you. Go. Onward. The final wave is in 3 hours, and I'll hit that button one more time in 3 hours. There we go. Final wave. Boom. We've not had a single person die from sickness yet. We're getting really lucky. What if I can game this? What if I turn the light on? Will he turn back? Yeah. Ah, we can game it. We can game it. He leaves. He leaves. He leaves. He comes back. Come back. Come back. And leave. It didn't work though because he didn't get taken away. But I think that's the plan, isn't it? That's kind of the meme behind that. That's how you would game that strat. All right, new spiritual aspect unlocked. We can choose between yellow medicine increases neuroticism. The yellow medicine increases conscientiousness. Or plus 2 neuroticism. I don't know what that means, but we've done it anyway. Apparently neurotics have less comfort and more fear. That wasn't the right decision, Dave. The mistakes were made. And a bunch of people are in fear right now. Oh dear, I think I may have caused that. Oops. 1 hour left and the sickness is gone. So that should alleviate the mass shock reaction we're getting from our entire tribe. Person died from the sickness. That's insane. All right, the journey boys are back and they brought sledgehammers. Act 5, Cataclysm. This is what we've been prepping for forever and a day. This is why we've been getting rid of the weird gleam traits, because these guys are about to have a mental breakdown. Yep, no shot of a doubt. They're about to have the biggest breakdown of their life. And you can reduce the chance of getting them weird gleam by going to the Spirit Lodge and doing rituals and satisfying their spiritual needs. But unfortunately, it happens. It's not a lot you can do about it. The disasters kind of get in the way of that. So there's not a great deal you can do about it when it actually does happen. And if you look closely, we should have a lot of weird gleamers. Oh, so many. Oh, so many. Oh, actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Okay, that's still higher than I would like, but it is what it is. Anyway, in this act, you've just got to keep running Spirit Lodges over and over and over again to eternity. You cannot take a break. You cannot take a break. You just got to keep running them over and over and over again. Your shaman will hate you. It is what it is. Another one. Got the option now to unlock tier 3 technology. Not that it matters because you need copper at this point, and I don't have access to copper for now, so this is something we're going to have to come back to. I suppose we can unlock the Spirit Lodge upgrades. And here comes the Cataclysm. Will I survive it? I just don't know. I think what we're going to have to do is turn off our tinkeries and focus heavily on wood production, because wood is going to be what we're going to sacrifice in the name of the economy. The Sinister Thirst. Lumber camps will grow trees faster, or wood costs more to burn. Oh my goodness. I can't have the fear. I can't have the fear. It's just too much. The weird gleamers have red eyes. I wonder what this could mean. I wonder what this could mean. Nothing good. The Cataclysm is here. Everyone who has a weird gleam now is insane. They've gone absolutely mad. So 18 of our tribesmen are absolutely crazy. And now what they're going to do is go over to here and build a sacrificial altar. Yep. And here they go. And they're building it. And what, they're going to sacrifice that altar? That's right. Tribesmen. More tribesmen. Oh no. What we're going to have to do is tell them something else they need to sacrifice. It looks like the less of these guys there is, the slower they build the altar. Oh, the altar is here now. So now what they're going to do is pull our existing villagers and then suck them into the sacrificial altar. So what we have to say to them is, no, don't sacrifice my dude, sacrifice wood. Now they're going to pull wood from my stockpile. And you see I'm looting wood incredibly quickly right now because there are so many of these weird gleamers that have gone absolutely insane. I think I'm going to have to turn off a bunch of buildings to make sure that we can survive this. Yeah, I'm going to turn off loads of buildings. I'm going to focus on wood and food, and everything else is just going to have to be put on hold, because those are the primary resources they're going to harvest. Yep, everything's off now, apart from lumber camps and farms and hunters. Man, they move so quickly as well, pulling resources from my stockpile. Remember, you can never run out of wood completely, so when you get to about 200 wood, you're going to have to tell them to sacrifice something else. Because otherwise, you're going to run out of wood, then the torches will go out, and then your guys will mysteriously disappear in the night, as they usually do. Oh, look at that. Even when I turn the torches off, I can't see anything, even if it's in the daytime. Nice. Actually, I don't think there's any lighting at all. Oh, the Cataclysm removes all light, so you have to keep the torches on. Ooh, that's really bad. Running out of wood right now. Yeah, we're going to need 200 wood minimum, so unfortunately, when we get to 200, we're going to have to tell them to sacrifice something else. Oh, look, 49 of my 52 villagers are now insane. And you've got to survive this for like 5-6 days or something like that. I think this strategy would work quite effectively with the hunters getting abducted. But when I got the hunter bonus for not getting abducted at night, it's not even going to become a strategy anymore. Yeah, that's the last of my wood, so time to sacrifice food now. They never sleep or anything. Oh, look at the granary is actually quite far away, actually, so that's actually a little bit more efficient. We run out of wood. We just have to start destroying buildings to get some wood back. As you can see, we're losing insane amounts of wood right now. We're sacrificing our own buildings right now. And we have run out of wood, so we are now plunged into darkness. This is mad bad. We'll just keep on our primary fire, and if all of our tribe members become insane, we just instantly kick out and we instantly lose. I think we've reached the point now that we've actually had too many tribe members get converted now. Sorry guys, I don't think this is looking very good right now, because I've reached the point where I haven't got enough resources to last them for 6 days.
I can't keep the fire lighting by destroying my entire base. I'm actually losing wood quicker than I can actually demolish buildings with. And the food stores are going down rapidly as well. If everyone in your tribe goes insane, or the very last non-sane tribe member gets sacrificed, it's game over. And the last of the food stores are getting eaten. Running out of buildings to demolish. Only one member now is not insane. Because I can't do a spirit lodge and a ritual, because he's the only one left, he's eventually going to turn as well. And that's the fire out. The last of the food is getting eaten. And I've only got like another 5 days of this left. I am so done. Oh, look at them. The sacrificial altar. Look at the size of it. It's massive. How is that one guy still alive still? No, and he finally got converted and now he's insane too. And that is a GG and I'm over. So this is a roguelike game. Don't forget that. So there was no save games. There is kind of an auto save if you dip out and dip back in. I want to come back for later on. But for the most part, this is game over. That is the end of my tribe. I survived for 90 days. Can you beat my score of 36,000? Can you? Can you? The Tribe Must Survive is out now. You can purchase it on Steam. The link is in the description. And I challenge you to beat my score. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.